I'ma start it from the bottom. Show you how to flip it down.
Alright. Welcome back. It's another one. A little bit of fun in the not so much sun because we've been in a lack of it here. But nevertheless, I have a little hope to give you, to bestow upon you. So allow me to give you a little bit of good things with the allotted time that I have here. Today in good old Dragon Quest land, because you know it is a day that ends in Y, so we have to play Dragon Quest. Okay. We have a couple things we're gonna do here. The first thing on the docket today is our fishing quest, and the crazy thing about this is gonna go a little bit into the topics of today's video. Is that yes, I am indeed almost max level fishing with my other two characters. When they of course started about a year after my first character, who was also max fishing. This is gonna be our level 45 to 50 quest here that we're doing. And then we're just gonna have one more quest to get to the new level cap for fishing, which is I wanna say it was implemented maybe the last update or so, version 7. One of the version 7 updates, I believe. Or maybe 6 if I'm really uh, not too accurate on my fishing pathways or whatever, my fishing timelines or whatever. But yeah, this one's pretty easy. Head over here to Connieware Plain, and then we're gonna catch a big old guppy. And then after we're done with our fishing quest for today, which of course there is no sound on this. Don't worry, do not adjust your speakers, guys. It's just me. There'll be sound in the next part, but I just forgot to record it for this one, so it's all good. And then after we're done fishing here, I'm gonna switch over to our character of the day, which is Fuwa Mei, and she's gonna do a little bit of grinding. I had a couple of I believe just enemy wanted, list to exterminate and whatnot. So we'll get those done while I just ramble about, of course, nothing at all, and hopefully it heals something within you. It heals something within me when I watch these back. So hope you guys are enjoying the content. This will probably go into MMO sleep if I decide to. I really don't know. We're just kind of vibing it through. I'll probably put it either there or the no stress side quest because we are not stressing about pretty much anything. Got the big guppy pretty fast here, so I'm gonna go ahead and head back, turn that in, and yeah, we are almost about to be max level fishing on all of my characters. Pretty crazy. Money should not be hard to come by at all. Although if you watch my recent streams, I am quite broke because it's not something I focus on getting. I do not care. I'll get the money when I need the money. Anyways, let's go to the title, guys. Calm care, right? And this is a little bit of an oxymoron, a little bit of a conundrum, a little bit of a dichotomous nature, because a lot of times when people think about care or caring, they think about, rushing, fast movement, pondering, expounding, constant deliberation, all that kind of stuff. But in this one, I want to talk about calm care and how that can be perceived and how that nature in general is taken in by both males and females, because I feel like that's what we are here. I don't know. There could be some aliens here. Perhaps, right? But anyways, like I said, we are Fuwa Mei here today, and I need to kill some enemies over here in the Dark Edge. Makes sense, because, Fuwa Mei, we be on the edge at all times. I'm fucking gross. Anyways, um, the thing about care in general is just like most things, it's really only going to hit its target the more accurate it is, right? Accurate, yeah, and the more measured and the more steady you hold your gun, if you will, the more calm energy you have when you are trying to bestow care upon someone, the more it's going to be felt, essentially. And the thing is, this is not always a good thing, guys. I know certain things about women, you know, and it's in their natural nature to cause chaos. And when you are met with a lot of focus energy, you tend to just do the chaos thing. And that's what calm care does, man. It's just focused energy. Just like that Pokemon move, you know what I'm saying? It's it's something that is really a little bit undetectable as well, because it can seem like the focused energy is coming from anywhere, everywhere, all the places at once. And it's like, what the fuck is really happening, right? Um, Especially if you're like me, and you don't like to be validated. You don't really like your presence to be known for a long time until you know you're actually ready for you know whatever wonderful things can come from it. I say wonderful with that horrible seed of resentment upon me, but it is what it is. I have to realize that not all blessings look the same. So, um, as far as me, I notice a lot that you know, people do care. I would even go as far as to say that people do care more than me, or care with a brighter heart than me. I will say I used to care with the purest of hearts. Nowadays I can't really do that, you know. I have to look for utility because it's just obvious to you and to me that the entire world is not looking for virtue, right? And it's for me to weed out and detect everybody who's here for a wholesome, unconditional, loving relationship. It would take too much fucking work, and I'm not down for that shit. So, yeah, I noticed there are people that do care with a more divine purpose than me. But the thing is, guys, if it's not calm, if it's not balanced, if it's not measured, um, you know, a lot of times it is even more detectable than the calm care. But because it's not calm or measured or whatever, it's often just you know, repulsive. It's a little disgusting. It's a little haphazard. It's a little embarrassing, if you will. And yeah, that is the general perception of things, even though in reality it's probably, you know, what you need in general. The problem is with people don't want to train others to actually have this calm level of care that they actually want. They don't want to train other people and have them grind up to be able to give them, you know, what they actually want to receive. Because sometimes they don't even know, man. They don't even know how to like get to that level with themselves. Understand what they really need, you know? And that's okay. That's all right. I suppose for a lot of us, just going through life naturally, you'll be able to find, you know, something or other of the nature that you need, as long as we're not too picky. That's the main problem, man. A lot of times we are indeed just too picky. I would say that's definitely a little bit of my problem as well, but it's something that I didn't really choose necessarily, because I had to become picky because I realized how fucking amazing I am, you know? It's not often that you are put on earth with this level of parameters, these level of skill growths, you know what I'm saying? If I was a Fire Emblem character, we would be one of those crazy paladins that you get at the beginning of the game that just one-shots everything that they use in the speed run. And yeah, because of that, I have to have a higher level of discernment, or I'm just gonna get used, or I'm just gonna get you know, constantly squeezed out until the toothpaste tube is completely done, and then he's all resentful, like, where all my toothpaste at? I need to clean my teeth. I need to clean my teeth. I don't have my toothpaste tube. I don't have my tooth. That was a really weird sound. I promise to never make that again unless I want to. And then, you know, you'll have to deal with it, I guess. Go to a different video. Go bother somebody else with your disgusting eyes and ears. I'm sorry, I'm unhinged today, as you can clearly see. I haven't had a lot of sleep lately. And that's cool with me. Personally, I think a lot of things in life are a waste of time, but lately I've really been treasuring the amount of sleep that I do get, you know, the slight rest that I do get, and I'm noticing that you know, it's just kind of like being unnoticed or being overlooked. You know, no sleep is sometimes a gift, right? Just like anything, you can turn it into a positive. So I see the no sleep as the world bestowing energy upon me that, of course, I have to utilize in the right way to truly benefit from. But, you know, there'll be an era of my life where I'm going to get this sleep back for sure. You know, I'm just not fighting, I guess, being awake now, you know? And that's just because I have a lot of care in my heart, in my soul, in my loins for what I do here. And what I do here is I connect a lot of things. I connect a lot of dots, right? And because of that, I keep researching. And I feel like, you know, at some point, the sleep is going to overtake me because it's just stuff that I don't need to know. And that's where we go back to our topics at hand. Guys, I do have a lot of care for basically the entire internet. I have a lot of care for Twitch. I have a lot of care for, you know, the creators that I platform onto here, you know, the video game characters even that I platform onto here. But luckily, they don't have social media accounts, right? And although you could take that as a rabid level of disturbing stalking that I do limit it to specific platforms, and the limit is getting smaller and smaller. Thank God I'm not on Twitter. I really need to get it off of my fucking phone for like good, but I do limit it a very high amount. It's just on the platforms that I'm on, I don't, you know, I leave no stone unturned, and it's really not even by, you know, choice, really. I'm the kind of person that I'll just casually watch something, and then I'll hear something, or something will tip me off to something to research, and then I'll just look it up, and then I'll go here and there and here and there. So I'm in like a lot of different places at the same time, essentially. But once again, going back to our topics at hand, it never comes off as weird or crazy because I have a calm way of showing my care. I would rather just, you know things, hold it within myself, and of course give it to you when you need to have it. But I even realized that since my goals are very different from a lot of Twitch chat, I mean, like, I don't mean to like fucking call you guys out right here right now, but a lot of you guys really do want to date your streamer for some horrible fucking reason. Hopefully you get out of that, Twitch chat. But since that's not really my goal, and I'm here to actually help these people, I tend to just hold on to the information, you know? I tend to gatekeep a lot of information, actually, you know, and try to lead the chatters, who I think will probably use this for nefarious purposes, away from, I don't know, I guess, the cookie, if you will. Because, as J. Cole said, if I take this cookie now, one day I'll do the time, right? And I really don't know if you're worth saving, Chatty. I really don't. But I do know that the more I do this, the more you start to pay attention. And if you're paying attention to me, I'm not gonna put those eyes to waste, okay? I know who my audience is. My audience is basically somebody who's just like me, who's watched streams, maybe lurked in streams for a very long time, and a lot of different creators. Maybe you have an Oshi, maybe you don't, whatever. I know my audience is. And I, along with saving myself, am looking to save the people here who really need it. Because you do need it. Because Twitch is not out to care for you. It never has been. And although it's somewhere where I love to be, I realize that being here is actively killing me. It's actively destroying my social life and all this bullshit. But it's not even that, really. It's the fact that social lives are already destroyed by the inherent nature of the entire thing. Prince, get out of the freaking trash can, man! I'm sorry, my dog is here. He's gathering things from my leftovers yesterday. Trying not to get him killed by eating like a piece of human chocolate or something. Piece of human cheese or some shit. But yeah, so society in general has been fucked, is essentially what I'm trying to get at, guys. It's not good out here. It really isn't. And a lot of us need to realize that, but also realize that Twitch is not a suitable replacement for it. You know, Discord is not a suitable replacement for it. I'm sorry. I know it's gonna suck, but consider reaching out to somebody who actually needs it, deserves it, family member, friend, somebody in the community, whenever you end a stream, instead of just, you know, hopping into the raid target and going off into theirs and here and there. I feel like we really do need this cooldown thing to be implemented on the internet, especially after tweets. Tweeting should not be a thing, in my opinion. But I'm somebody who hates text messages because I like words. I like communication. And mostly, I like to listen. That's why I've sort of, become corroborated, encapsulated in this whole Twitch atmosphere, because I really do like to listen. That's the bulk of my communication method, and I think that's the bulk of what you need to lock in on if you want to have this level of calm care, And like I said, it's perceived very well. Very well. I don't know about Twitch chat, but there are a lot of streamers that enjoy my presence. There are a lot of streamers that are thirsting for my presence, And I'm there. I just, unless you open the community tab, I'd rather you not acknowledge me. I'd rather you not know. But I don't know, man. Sometimes, like I've said before, energy is really never destroyed. And sometimes when I'm bestowing that energy upon someone through these internet waves, I do realize that it's being received, right? In whatever way. It can be a slight change in tempo or focus or something, but I can just tell that, they know. Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. And so it's just like, that my dog is here, because you hear the little squeakies. So you can picture in your brain a cute little doggo playing with a bee plush, and now he's bringing it over to me because he wants me to. Oh my gosh, he's so... Okay. But yeah, you feel the energy from the dog without being able to see him or being able to like perceive him physically, right? And that's kind of how I feel in streams. And of course, this can get a little overwhelming sometimes, but I have to realize it's the internet. It's not that serious. It's not that scary, really. Honestly, guys, a lot of people on this internet are not here to hurt us. Maybe a good 90 to 95% are not here to hurt us. But it's the very, very vocal 5 to 10% minority that we often hear about and are fearful of. And I know there exists probably on this very channel, which is why I, of course, am very careful about my growth methods. I'm not just going to hop into anybody's Discord nowadays. I was doing it before. I'm not going to hop in anybody's random course or community on how to grow their YouTube channel, because I know how to grow my fucking YouTube channel, guys. I went to school for this shit. And there's a reason why I'm both utilizing a unpopular game in the West and an unpopular... Get out of the fucking... No, stop it, Trez. Stop it. I'm gonna have to fucking share this room, man. Okay, we're almost done, though. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm just neutering myself, nerfing myself, because I don't want success to come fast. For somebody like me, it's going to be very easy for success to come fast if I just do the right things, right? But I'm trying to fuck her gently. I'm trying to fuck her slow. I'm trying to give her that good sexual experience, and we ain't trying to bust fast, okay? Because if I don't bust fast, then of course I'm going to stay up top for a very, very long time and be able to platform the people that deserve it. See, the problem is I have to actually figure out who really does deserve it, And there are people here who have done the work, who have done a lot of work, but in my eyes, if you are just kind to people, if you have a discerning heart, I feel like that deserves recognition, and of course everybody can be redeemed or fall off the track, but you need to know, especially if you have a heart like mine, you need to know, where your energy is being cherished, and where your energy is just kind of like, oh yeah, he's here, whatever the fuck, who cares, and endeavor to definitely go places that recycle you, they give you back what you need, right? Because I love friends, I do. I realize that friends usually don't do anything for you, though, besides just provide a little bit of energy, a little bit of energetic value, a little bit of light, a little bit of jubilee, right? It's a friendly thing to do. They're not really here to solve your problems. They're not really here to, uplift you or hold you up. It's just, it's all energetic values that we're giving each other, right? And once you realize that, it's not that serious, that we're just kind of here to vibe and jibe off of each other, you can relax in the fact that, if you're not vibing and jibing in the right way, you can just hop up, and hop up to pop out, And that's the essence of my calm care, right? It's not like if bad things happen, if there's a falling out, I have to explicitly go and you know, do a tweet longer about you and how horrible your channel is or whatever the fuck, or even mention to you that I'm leaving or that, you know, you hurt me or something, because all in all, you really didn't hurt me. I'm only hurting myself by staying there and holding on to the pain that is inherently something that I caused, you know? It's me putting on things to you that, you know, maybe perhaps you didn't feel right holding, you know? It's like you're at a party and your friend hands you a drink and you're like, I'm not drinking tonight, you know? It's like, but I got you this drink. I use this analogy sometimes too with the whole pizza. You know, when your friends, you know, tummy rumbling and they're like, I really want a pizza, and then you make them a cake. You know, it's not really them hurting you. They're actually trying to help you, but just because it's not what you wanted at the time, you know, it feels bad. And yeah, I don't care to correct things like that. I want you to be you, for you, because you are you. I'm not trying to like train people to do things. Now, I naturally do train people to do things just because of the inherent nature of who I am. You know, people like that, and thus they want to replicate it. They want to destiny swap with whatever the fuck this is for whatever reason. Okay, I can't. I have to stop downplaying myself because they want to swap with this because I have a good heart. I have a good heart. I have a really, really, really good work ethic. I try very, very hard to be the best, and I will be the best because I like trying. And you know, now that I'm really working for myself, I realize that it's not like a stressful procedure. Like it's really, I'm not joking when I say I could do this my whole life, man. Like this year has flown by so quickly, and the fact that I have 10x'd my growth. Honestly, I've had a really, really good January compared to just normal Januaries for YouTubers. And yeah, I slowed down because I realized I don't have anything to prove to anyone, but at the same time, I realized that although it may not have been hurting me, you know, energy is never created or destroyed, and I just felt the disturbing nature of the energy that I was receiving from uploading every day. You know, it was coming from somewhere. I didn't know where. So it was like, I'm not proving anything to anyone. It's not like I have to upload every day. It's not like I'm even looking for rapid growth. So, you know, it's not something I really need to do. But something that didn't hurt me to upload every day and something that I knew everybody loves is the shorts. So I just kept doing those, and you know, I'll upload these videos whenever I can. We'll get back to MSQ probably March, because I think that's when I'm uploading this now. So we'll probably get back to MSQ this month. But you know, I had the goal of completing the whole version 4 or getting at least to version 5 by March, and I suppose I have done that because I live streamed the end of version 5 on a huge, I think it was like 4 or 5 hour live stream. Might have been like a 6 hour live stream, which was very, very fun. I just marathoned it, and while I was marathoning it, I played my music. I worked out in between it. It's very fun. So this is just honestly what I usually utilize RPGs for. I just kind of do other stuff while I am, you know, during the cutscenes or while I'm doing battles or while I'm doing like boss fights that I could just put the controller down for. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm so lean. Like I used to just like walk around the house and do stuff. I used to clean. They're gonna have my own place. But yeah, during the live stream, I just did some push-ups. I busted out like maybe like 10 or so every time we did a cutscene. And then, you know, I would play fitting music for the stuff. It was just really fun. So I might do that again sometime. I was feeling very down and very just annoyed with life before I started that. I really don't know why. That's the funny thing about these moods, right? These emotional impulses that we have, right? Because I really don't even remember why I was mad at myself or the world before I started that live stream, but I do remember I was. And then I started the live stream and I just felt better, you know? I didn't even want to say anything. I just wanted to go and do it. And I think I named it something crazy, like it's like lurkers are perceived as demons or whatever. And I still stand by that. I still do. And you know, the reason why, I don't think I've said it in an actual episode here, so I'll say it. And the reason why is because demons, at least in this realm, you know, I know in some fictional stories it's not really perceived the same way, but in this realm, demons are perceived as the ambiguous nature of evil, right? They can be good, they can be bad, but you don't really know, right? And that's kind of what they communicate to you during the version 5 quests. There are a lot of demons that are doing bad things, but it's not really the demons themselves that are bad, it's the corruption. It is the inherent nature of a corrupt individual. And because they're all demons, you don't know who's really corrupt and who's really not, right? You kind of got to just go by your gut. And I implore you guys to go by your gut if you want to subscribe or not. I do more of this, every other day. We got shorts all the time, though, so I hope you like the outro and intro because that's what we like to do. I love you. I appreciate you. I don't know where we're going from here, but I do know we are going. We are going. We got Fuame here. She's going to take a nap. I really do need to catch up on some sleep as well, so I'll probably do that after I go get some breakfast. Probably gonna grab a Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, good times. So anyways, I'll catch you next time, guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a good rest.
I'ma start it from the bottom. I'll show you how to flip a dollar. I got food in my dining room. I'm better. It's another day, another chance. I wake up, I wanna dance. So as long as I got my friends, I'm better.